Hey guys, today I'm gonna kind of play out with makeup, see what I can do. I'm gonna be making myself into Spider-Man, so hopefully it turns out because I don't know what I'm doing. So first I'm going in with a glue stick and I'm just gonna go over my eyebrows just to flatten out the hairs. Next I'm going in with, it's just a crayon from a normal party store. All of the stuff that I'm using today pretty much is. I'll go over that as we go. And I'm just outlining a mask. And then we're going to go in and draw the eyes. The eyes are kind of like, almost like a raindrop shape. Maybe a little bit more jagged than one though. And just try to make sure that they're as even as possible. Then we're just going to go in with a red body paint. Keep in mind that this paint was literally the worst thing ever. I did my entire makeup look with it and it was so hard to get even and it just flaked off and it was horrible, but that's what I used. Then I'm just going in with a white crayon to go around my eyes. I thought it was safer to do that instead of the paint, and then I'm following that up with some paint. And then we're going to do the same to the other side. Then I have an eyeshadow. I used a BH palette, it's 120 colors, and we're going in with red and trying to go over that red color that's all over my face to try to get it more even. This kind of worked. It wasn't the greatest, but... And then I'm just touching up the white. I'll do this quite often. So hopefully you use better quality paints than I do, but if you don't, then it is still possible to make yourself look like Spider-Man. And then I'm going in with a black face paint and a paintbrush, and I am doing an outline on the bottom of the mask. And then I was just blending up some black onto the bottom of the mask to start making some dimension into the mask instead of it just looking like a two-dimensional red sort of blah. I'm going in with that same palette and I'm just touching up the whites of my eyes with a white eyeshadow. And I'm blending and blending. I don't know what I'm doing there. And then I have that black crayon that I was using before, and we're going to start drawing the webs on our mask. Just keep a reference picture by you. This is actually really super easy. And we're adding the horizontal webbing in there as well. Here comes the Spider-Man. And then it's all supposed to connect at the center, so the bottom lines go a little bit opposite than the top ones. Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. And then I'm just darkening those lines up with some black face paint and a paintbrush. Like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Well then fame he's ignored, action is his reward, look out. And here I was making an outline around the eyes using that same paint. And then I'm going to go in with my fake beauty blender and I was just blending the top in to give it a little bit more shadowing in the eye socket. Then do the same to the other side, of course.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Well, fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward. Look out, here comes the...
Then I just picked up some dark red and I was filling in the mask with some eyeshadow. And I went around the corners of the mask, the bottom and around the temples with it's a mixture of black and dark brown eyeshadow I used to give it some shadowing. And I did do almost like a contour on the nose to give the mask a little bit of life since we made our face completely red.
Comes the Spider-Man, 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 friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
And I also did go in with some white eyeshadow, if you saw there, just to add a little bit of highlights on the mask as well. And I was just adding some shadows into the eye sockets to make them a little bit more three-dimensional. And I went over with more paint to darken the bit up. Same with the bottom outline, I just wanted that darker, so I went over it again. And I just took that black paint up onto the top of the mask and a little bit around the nose. Just shading, be creative with it, it's fun. And then I was going over the webbing again to darken that up as well. And here's where your mask really starts to come to life. I have some white and I'm going over the black webbing that we did, because if you look at his actual mask, the webbing isn't completely black. So we're just highlighting all of the webbing, and we're going to go in after and add a little bit more shadowing onto the web. But it really does start to make a difference after we're adding the whites into the mask now. And I added some white around the eye outline, and I'm going to do that to the bottom of the mask again. Then I was just highlighting with that white paint in the spots that we put the white eyeshadow in. And like I said before, I was just going in with the black paint and we are adding some more shadows. Try to keep them all on the same side. I did mine, I believe, on the left side and then underneath the webbing. And then I was adding some shadowing to the bottom of the mask, and then I decided to actually go in with a blue eyeshadow and have the bottom of the mask shaded with blue, because Spider-Man's outfit has blue in it. And then I just kind of mixed some lip gloss with a blue eyeshadow that I had to make my own blue sort of lip color. And I was darkening up the blue outline on the bottom with a darker blue from my BH palette. And then I'm adding the little final touches here and there, fixing up some of the white.
Is he strong?
And adding in some more highlights.
From a thread, take a look overhead. Hey there goes the spider.
And then I just dusted my face with a translucent powder to keep everything together. I added some pink onto the bottom of my neck. And that is your final look. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you comment down below, request anything, always like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.